It became known which games will leave the PS Plus Extra catalog on March 19th, and you can't play them even if you added them to your library or installed them on your console. The first game leaving the subscription in March is called Ghostwire Tokyo. Visually, Ghostwire Tokyo is simply stunning to the eye with its visuals. The game locations are made with great detail and very similar to real ones. The art style here is just on top of its game. Monsters, or rather, as they are called strangers here, also cause great interest and a sense of anxiety. After a meeting with a new enemy, you are tempted to look in the magazine and learn more about who it is. The plot, by the way, is also intriguing. But everything about the game aspects, like gameplay, combat, story quests, side quests, all this is done, to put it mildly, not very well. If you skip all the side activities in the city, of which there are a lot, and just follow the story, doing only what is necessary, then in general Ghostwire Tokyo will give only pleasure. But you should turn into an alley and ask about side quests. Then the patience to pass the game to the end may not be enough. Also leaving the subscription is Sid Meier's Civilization 6. It is a 4X strategy game, where the player will have to manage and develop civilization in the period from the ancient world to modern times. You will start with a small tribe and then gradually expand it by creating new settlements, conquering others, or organizing alliances with them to eventually conquer the entire planet. Strategy is a very rare guest in subscription and on consoles in general, so it's worth a try, and such a masterpiece as Civilization, even more so. On March 19th, Code Vein will leave the subscription, is an adventure role-playing game, which tells about a dark world, where some people have turned into vampires. The player controls one of these vampires that has supernatural abilities. Players are waiting for a dark adventure with a partner under the control of AI with a combat system in the style of Souls game, but in addition to using cold weapons, the hero, of course, will be able to drink the blood of his enemies. Outer Wilds will be leaving the PS Plus Extra catalog in March. It's an action-adventure with a first-person view, where the player controls an explorer astronaut who is stationed on one of several planets in a star system called Camelec. After obtaining the launch codes for the rocket, the character can leave Camelec and move freely between it and other planets. However, 22 minutes after the start of the game, the star around which they orbit explodes, turning into a supernova and destroying the planets, and the player is returned to the beginning, 22 minutes before the explosion. To solve this mystery, the player will have to explore the open world. The fifth game to leave the subscription was Tchia. In this colorful adventure game, we go to tropical islands, controlling a girl named Tchia, who needs to save her father from a cruel tyrant and ruler of a tropical archipelago. To explore the world besides her feet, Tchia can use trees as a catapult and a boat to overcome water obstacles. The main feature of the game is the main character's ability to move her soul into animate and inanimate objects to use them as weapons or to move around. For example, you can turn into a bird and soar high in the sky, or into a cow to just pile up a big pile. Also leaving the subscription in March will be the adventure game Neo: The World Ends With You and the science fiction adventure game Haven. If any of all of these games appeal to you, get them on your console and play them sooner rather than later. Access to them will close on March 19th. Well, to see what games were recently added to Extra, you can use the tooltip at the top of the screen or the link in the description.